Jeb Bush did recently come out and say that one of his, didn't he say his brother's his closest advisor, which really right away should make him not qualified for much above, let's say, middle school principal or so. Well, actually, no, not even that. That's an insult. But I don't know. I mean, I wonder what the theory is behind that. I haven't seen his.
Why would you
numbers.
announce that George Bush is your foreign policy advisor? There is only one answer, and that is you don't want to be president. You don't really want to be president, and what you're really doing is you're just taking George P. Bush, your son, around the country, who is now like a Texas, state
land commissioner,
railroad commissioner or something like that.
Because the UN may come take your golf courses. Texas land commissioner is actually
taking George P. all around the country and saying, this is how you fundraise. I want you to meet this guy.
The next generation.
Exactly.
I think it's that, but I think Jeb, even though Jeb is not aiming for the same audience as some of the sort of social conservatives who want to be on like the CPAC conference tour and make their money that way and appeal to people with like xenophobic emails and all the other crap that these guys do. For Jeb Bush, I mean, look, he's already a pretty big name, but my guess is the speaking fees aren't quite what they are for George W. and Daddy, and they won't be if he loses. But at least if he runs for president, you can never hurt yourself if you're someone like that. If you run and you get your name out there further, and so then you can make even more money with even less work, which is a Bush family tradition.
And let's also remember that when George Bush left office, there was 30% approval rating in this country for George Bush, and the entirety of that 30%, you will be voting in the Republican primary in 2016.
Well, still
and so, I think for Jeb, he doesn't have many things that he can rely on to motivate the Republican base to vote for him, and this is one of them.
Well, it's interesting, yeah, and you're right to a certain degree, but it's sort of in people's minds it's kind of like the way they always remember Reagan now in a certain way, even though Reagan, had he been alive, would have been like to the left of Huntsman last time around. With George W. Bush, you're right. I'm sure because liberals hate Bush so much that makes the right run to him and love him. But let's remember, he was for comprehensive immigration reform, right?
Right.
That's what's funny is that Jeb Bush, who's in trouble for pretty much the same thing, is if he attaches his name to his brother, because I think for some of these people, I think the simple calculation is, as sad as this is that, he was, for immigration, but he cut their taxes and blew up some other brown people in the Mideast. So there is that, I mean, seriously, I think it's as simple as he went and he kicked butt, quote unquote, around the world.
Right.
And so they give George Bush the benefit of the doubt because of that.
My understanding from the song is that Bush was right.
Yes. That's my understanding too.
So don't make me play the song, ladies and gentlemen.
Please play it. Play it.
All right, I'll see if I can find it. Do we have the song?
Yeah.
Then can we play like the Toby Keith Taliban song?
Here we go.
Wait a second. I think What? Cliff can't hear it. Okay, you play it.
Afghanistan, say goodbye Taliban, free elections in Iraq, Saddam Hussein locked up, Osama staying underground, Al-Qaeda now is finding out America won't turn and run once the fighting has begun. Libya turns over news, Lebanese want freedom too, Syria's forced to leave, don't you know that all this means Bush was right, Bush was right.
The only thing that I think could make that song sort of more hilarious would be, and in 2015, Labor's going to win big time in Britain.
Oh, God.
All right, let's